Okay, so who wants to watch a middle-aged man play Football Manager in real time? Hello, my name's Andy, also known as Peter Crunch, new manager in Football Manager 2026. And today I'm going to start a stream where I literally play Football Manager 2026 in real time. So I'm doing that. Why? Why not? I want to play this game. I'm very time poor. I got a job. I've got kids. I got a lot to do. I thought, why don't I play a game where it only takes me a few minutes a day, except on match days where there's a lot to do. So here we go. And that's really what I plan to do. I plan to play Football Manager in real time. Now, a little bit of background. I'm a middle-aged man. I started playing Football Manager, or Championship Manager as it was, back in the ancient days of about 1994, when I played the original, I think I played Championship Manager 93-94 season, and that was really my first experience of this game. Fell in love with it immediately, very quickly found a cheat tactic. By the way, if you ever go retro and play that game, 0-5-5 is just an incredible formation. Don't need defense. Why do you need defense when you've got an amazing 10-man attacking setup? Dominated that game. But to be honest, I haven't played Football Manager through the years. I had a big spike of playing Football Manager. Well, it was still Championship Manager just before the move to a 2D match engine back in my university days, which was sort of around the 2000 to 2003 years. Got really into it. Those games were phenomenal. Championship Manager, like 2002, 2003, I think it was. Phenomenal games. So slick. Had a great time with Farnborough Town. Got them into the Premier League. Played the new Football Manager as it was then when they flipped to the 2D match engine. There was a huge amount of consternation that the game had lost its soul and it was absolutely terrible compared to the old games. A lot of people, if I recall, shouting out about how terrible Miles Jacobson was. Now, I think he was still there. Well, whoever was the top man got a lot of stick, if I recall, back in the day, but it was, the internet wasn't what it was today. But I remember there being a lot of stick on the forums. I bet if you dive down into the forums, you would see, if they still exist, you'd still see everybody moaning about how terrible Football Manager was. Back when they moved to the 2D match engine. But then over the years, Football Manager has evolved into the amazing juggernaut that it is today. And I must admit, I've installed the beta version of the new Football Manager, having not played it in absolute years. I know that people say the most recent version, 24, was amazing and has a lot of love. And I know there's a lot of noise online about how terrible Football Manager 2026 is, or at least in its current state. There's a load of noise. I don't know. I haven't engaged with it. And there's a reason for that. I want to play it just with fresh eyes. I'm sure there's stuff that's wrong. I'm sure I will discover stuff that's wrong. But I'm going on this journey having not really played Football Manager for years and years and years. I have no idea what the best tactics are. I don't know what the best way to play is. I'm not going to find out. I'm not going to have a look. I'm just going to play it completely cold, and I'm basically going to avoid the Football Manager internet completely. And I'm just going to play the game day by day for the next however long until I get bored. 20 years, that would be pretty good. If I'm still playing this when I'm in my 60s, that's a success for me. I don't expect to build up much of a following. I'm just quite happy to play, put the camera on, practice speaking into a microphone. That serves me well in other areas in my life. I'm going to speak into the microphone, going to play the game, see what happens. Hopefully I get some sort of small, very niche following. This isn't going to be my job. This ain't going to be my career unless I get literally millions of people, and then I don't need a day job anymore. I just want to play, and see what happens if I literally play Football Manager in real time. So, eagle-eyed amongst you will see, it's the 31st of October 2025. So I've been on manager holiday up until today. And basically the plan is to put out a daily video on YouTube, or at least every day that the game simulates. So what do I mean by that? So I'm sure it's going to skip some days. And I'm just going to schedule my releases in line with the Football Manager calendar. So short videos, having a look at my training, having a look around the world of football, having a look at my competition, getting a job. By the way, I'm unemployed. I don't yet have a job. And then I'm going to hopefully have match days. And the match days will obviously be much longer. Planning to watch the matches in full. So I'm going to sit down and watch every single match. I may watch other matches around the leagues and internationals and things, but I'm going to have those on highlights mode, so it's not going to take so much time. But match day is really the focus of this video. So I have lots of kind of short videos throughout the week, for example, and then a big match day video where I'm going to play the matches. That's the plan. So anyway, 31st of October 2025, Halloween. And I don't have a job. Let me tell you about me first. Here I am. Now, my in-game name is Peter Crunch. Any likenesses to real-life ex-players is entirely coincidental. I just wanted a good, fairly familiar-sounding English name and reflect my own current age. And this is who I came up with, Peter Crunch. So why don't we have a look at Peter Crunch as I learn this new UI in real time. I'm assuming I can find my career. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here I am, Peter Crunch, 44-year-old player, got a Continental B license, which gives me a sort of national reputation. So hoping to get in, not right at the bottom, especially playing in real time. I don't want to take 20 years to get to the top of the game. Hopefully I'll get there a little bit quicker. So yeah, national reputation, hopefully get a job somewhere in the lower leagues, work my way up to the Premier League, and then, obviously become the best manager in the entire world. What are my attributes? My top attributes, I like attacking. I like energetic football. And, these reflect my real life preferences. I like, fine, if I'm managing the best team in the world, I'll build a system and I'll build the players around the system and hire the players to match the system. In the lower leagues, I don't think you have the luxury of doing that. I'm a big proponent of understanding my players' strengths, building a system around those players' strengths. Once you're outside of the Premier League and the Championship, players may only have one or two kind of key strengths. They may only stand out in one or two areas. You need to ensure that they are deploying those skills on the pitch. That's my philosophy. So as much as I lean towards attacking, I'm going to build a system around my players and then slowly evolve that system over time into something that is more aligned with a sort of high intensity attacking game. You won't see too much sort of slow passing control from me. I like high intensity. I like to be able to score from anywhere at any time. That's the plan. So yeah, Peter Crunch, my relationships, none. See, I don't think in this game there's a way to say what clubs you used to play for or what clubs you prefer or anything like that. I'm pretty sure older versions of the game had that. But I can't see anything, so I don't know. It looks like I'm just going to have to build it all out as I play. I'm sure I'm going to find loads of things maybe that I'm expecting to see. I know from what I have been exposed to online that people were moaning about the UX, so I'm sure I'll struggle to get to grips with that. But I don't care about all that. I'm just going to learn the game as it is, play the game as it is, and see what happens. Anyway, with all that said, it's time to start playing through the 31st of December 2025. And obviously the most important thing to start off with, and the thing I'm going to focus on today very quickly, is find a job. And I can see here in the overview screen that there are 34 jobs available. Cool. Now, I think there's a way of getting more of a kind of focused view on this, but there's a lot of jobs available. We've got some really low league kind of. God, I used to call this Conference North, Conference South. Okay, Enterprise South, Enterprise North teams. Chelmsford, Radcliffe. I'm hoping to do a bit better than that. I'm looking for someone with either a regional or a national. Wow, IF Sylvia. So back in, I don't know, maybe like 2012, I went on an epic run with that team. So yeah, that was probably the last big game of Football Manager I played. I've not really played it since. So we talk in like 13 years since I've played this game in anger. Okay. Kelty, is that a women's team? No, I've never heard of Kelty Hearts. They've been around since 1975. Scotland. Well, there you go. Got some Argentinian teams, Mexican, LAFC, Continental Reputation. Oh, MLS. Interesting. I could go into Argentina. That would be interesting. Or I can go for a champion. Okay, we got 3 championship teams: Blackburn Rovers, Bristol City, West Brom. Oh, they're all doing terribly, and they've already fired their manager. Maybe I should go for one of those. Let's see if I can get cracking. Alternatively, we've got a couple of League One teams also not doing very well. We've got Huddersfield 21st in the league, Lincoln 18th, and then we've got Notts County in League 2 also doing well. So I'd like to think I could get a League One job. I'm not sure about getting a Premier League job. Because, coming back to my profile, who am I from a reputation perspective? I'm an ex-Premier League football. People know who I am. Also a pundit. So I've used the pundit stat to boost my reputation a bit. So anyway, the theory is I can get a sort of national job, but we will see. We will see. Now, I have no idea if I can just apply for all the jobs and see what happens, or is that going to make me look a bit desperate? I don't know, but I'm going to apply for some jobs. So, I'm going to go back to the vacancies screen. I think I saw in my news feed that there's a sort of jobs update. Yeah, here we go. We have a weekly jobs update. Here we go. So we've got LAFC, Continental. Here's your weekly jobs update. Recommend some jobs that I believe match your reputation and you'd stand it. Okay. So we reckon West Brom and Blackburn and Bristol City are within my reach. Interesting. That could be quite a challenge. So, but I'm willing to give it a go. We've got LAFC. Good finances. Do I really want to start in the MLS? I don't know. I feel like the cut and thrust of English football is really what I want to go for. So I think I'm going to just apply for all 3 of these jobs and see what happens. They all kind of look much of a muchness. Now, obviously, Bristol City are used to being quite often a League One team. Blackburn, West Brom, interesting that Blackburn wants me to develop young players. That's how I kind of like to play. So we got, and they're all down the bottom of the league. So why don't we just have a quick look at? Let's just have a look at West Brom and Blackburn. Those are the 2 that I reckon, if I can get, would be amazing. So Blackburn. Where are they in the league? How do I even find that? How do I even look at like historic fixtures and stuff? This is where the first few videos might be a bit slow while I figure out how this works. Fixtures. Squad. Okay, we've got the squad. Wow. All right. Something is very wrong there. Everyone's really miserable. Like, unrealistically devastated. I just found my first bug. Is that like the same with every team? Is everyone just... Let's just pick like Sheffield United. Let's go to the squad. Wow, okay. No form. No playing time happiness. I think I've just found it. So, play 10 games and you're devastated with your playing time. Let's just have a look at Tyler Binden. What's his actual morale? Happiness, information not available. Maybe it just defaults to that if you don't know. Maybe that's the bug. Maybe because I'm not the manager, I don't actually know how happy is, and instead of saying unknown, it's just gone devastated. Why does nobody have any form? All right, we'll ignore form. We're just gonna ignore it. Interesting. Okay, I'm not even gonna engage with it. I hope when I actually am managing a team, it's not going to look like that. Otherwise, this is going to be quite stressful. Okay. So, I still haven't... Okay, we got the championship. I know we're on Sheffield United. That's not where we want to be. Blackburn Rovers, 20th in the league. We are not in the relegation zone. We're already... We're 3 points above. It's not ideal. But that is salvageable. I'm not quite sure how we get to our historic fixtures. Bear with me while I stare at the screen for a few minutes. So there's a fixture schedule. That's empty. Maybe it's because I was on holiday. It doesn't show the historic fixtures. Oh well. Okay, anyway, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to apply. I'm going to apply for Blackburn, and I'm going to apply for West Brom. West Brom are 21st. Again, salvageable. Okay, Blackburn and West Brom. Here we go. Apply for... Oh, shit. Okay, I just applied for LAFC. But that's okay. I'm going to apply for West Brom. I'm going to apply for Blackburn. And I'm not going to apply for Bristol City because that's going to be a bit tough. But we'll see how that goes. So I've applied for LAFC. Okay. It could be fun. And then West Brom and Blackburn. So, yeah, let's move on. I think what I'll do is have during my kind of weekly videos, I'll have like a specific focus. Like I'll look at around the leagues one day, training one day, squad transfers another day, and by the time I've actually got a club and I'm in management, we'll kind of settle into a bit of a routine. But until then, I'm just going to take each day as it comes. And so today I'm going to look at some questions. So obviously people have taken wind that I've applied for some jobs, so I'm going to see what people have to say. So first up, I've got an interview, a question from Sky Sports News. And come on, they're the big boys. We've got to talk to Sky Sports News. Do you want to say anything about the pressure that Julian Stefan is under at QPR? Yeah, why not? I need to be quite active. I'm a media pundit, so of course I have something to say. What do I want to say? See, I'm going to be positive. Like, I hate the manager merry-go-round. I think it's crazy. Everyone gets sacked after they get like 2 bad results. I'm not buying it. So I'm gonna be supportive. I think they need to stand by him, and support him. There we go. That's it. That's all you wanted to know. Thanks. Nice to be chatting with you, Barry. Speak again soon. And hey, maybe Julian Stefan will be my friend now. All right, and chat. Great. What have Sky Sports got to say? Julian Stefan, currently under considerable pressure to keep his job at QPR. Are you paying close attention to the situation? Finding your way into management? Well, that's a fun question. I'm going to answer that. Any manager? Yeah, I'm ready for a challenge. Am I ready for the QPR? I don't want to unsettle the guy. Delighted to speak to them if they would feel the need. Yeah, I won't be drawn into talking about another manager losing his job. That's completely unfair. Or I can say he's a very capable manager. I don't think... how is that a negative response? He's a very capable manager. I don't think he needs us to add weight to the already tremendous pressure he must be under. Exactly. That's exactly what I want to say. Thank you, Chloe. Non-league paper. I don't comment on non-league issues. I consider that below my station. I'm not going to talk to them. Okay, not going to speak to you today. Okay, that's the news. It doesn't look like there's been any developments on my job applications. So why don't we just given it's the first day, why don't we just have a quick look at the Premier League and see what's been going on since I've been on holiday. So I'm going to go into the world, see competitions, Europe, England, men's, Premier League. And it's nice to see the Premier League branding on this. But holy guacamole, Leeds atop of the league. That's what I wasn't expecting to see. That 19 points after 9 games. That's impressive. Any other the rest of the league? Arsenal, Liverpool, Villa doing well. City, Chelsea, Wolves doing well. Brentford. The rest of that looks pretty plausible. Man United still awful, so that hasn't changed. But wow, look at Sunderland. What a difference to reality. So Leeds leading the way. That's pretty impressive. Let's have a look at them. Who are their movers and shakers? Where can I see like their top performers? I guess I go into squad. I'm just going to ignore all of the devastated players. Let's just have a look at selection info. We sort by average rating. Wow, look at that. We've got 2 players on 7 goals, Calvert-Lewin and Joe Gelhardt. Wow. Who's unregistered? Or do they have like a cup game or something? Okay, coming up. Well, they are doing remarkably well. I wish I could... Where can I find some stats about the team itself? About club history. Fixture... I don't know if that's just bugged, but there's just nothing about their fixtures. But maybe, as I said, that's due to me being on holiday. So maybe that's going to kind of populate itself. And we can have a look at all the Leeds news. Beat Wolves in the Carabao Cup. And there you go. Calvert-Lewin, he's just the man, isn't he? They've scored... How many goals have they scored? Let's go back to the Premier League. Oh, I can't click there. Right. Let's have a look at the full table. they've only got a goal difference of +3, so they must be just outperforming their stats. Like, you got Liverpool with a +12 in third, 3 points behind Leeds. Wow. Well, there you go. Can you view like XG or something? Not easily. Well, there you go. There's your big shock. Leeds United leading the way. I'll be very surprised if that holds out, but it's good to see somebody doing well who isn't the big six. Anything else to report? No manager changes. 217 transfers. Wow. Done deals. Okay. This all looks sensible. Anyway, we're going to keep tab, whatever league we're in, we're going to keep tabs on what's going on in the Premier League. I might even, as I say, every weekend, watch the odd game. If we look at the fixtures, we can see who's playing this weekend. What's the difference between detailed and... All right, what's this, bug number 7? So you click on basic and you get detailed. You click on detailed, you get basic. Okay, wow, and they don't do anything. Anyway, can we still... Oh, good, we can still attend matches. That's something I'm very excited about. So these are... Like, these are real... These are actual fixtures, right? This is actually what's happening in real life. So we can, on match day, given that I don't have a team and I don't have my own match, we'll pick one of these games to watch and start to get to grips with the match engine. I haven't seen the match engine at all. I have no idea what it's like. So why don't we pick for Saturday? Why don't we go and watch? It's either Spurs, Chelsea, or Liverpool, Villa, isn't it? I think we'll go for the London option. Spurs, Chelsea. We're going to watch that on Saturday, which is tomorrow. But until then, we're going to keep moving through Friday. I've denied QPR speculation, apparently. So I've denied that I've held talks with QPR because I haven't. But QPR don't have a job vacancy, so there we go. Chelmsford have hired Morley, that's wonderful. Got a new manager at Tranmere and at Marine. At Bedford, a lot of non-league action happening. Rob Dre is not going to get that job. New manager at Shrewsbury. Interesting. Nothing. I haven't made any news, which is nice. Don't make a rash decision over Stefan. Absolutely, that's exactly what I said. Well, great. 5:30. Let's move on. Adelaide United debut. Oh, by the way, because I'm running this game like in real time, I've got like the largest possible database that you can have. So each day is actually probably going to take a fair bit of time to get through, but I feel like I have that luxury because I'm only doing 1 day per day. So there you go. All right, well, it's the 1st of November, so that's me done for the day. I'll see you tomorrow.